Greetings, this is Angela Baker of the Holistic Academy LLC, and I'm going to cover the topic of male and female relationships today. Females, how you can attain the love or the affection or the man which you seek, and how to sustain black female and male relationships more specifically as well. This is a trending topic, I noticed, and I get a lot of inquiries regarding how females, and more particularly black females, can attract the type of love that they seek. Now, just so we're all at the same level of understanding here. Love, any type of emotion has a vibratory resonance to it. That being said, everything you speak has certain ebbs and flows that once you speak it and you think it and you act upon it, it attracts that same thing back to you. So if you find yourself in relationships that are not living up to what you feel your standards are, if you feel like you're in a relationship where the man or the woman is too jealous, a relationship where there's not trust involved, or you find the other person untrustworthy, or they find you untrustworthy. What you put out is what you receive. So 9 times out of 10, you are putting out the type of energy that attracts these certain entities to you. Okay? It all works out. Okay, in vibration. Vibration, okay, everything in this world, when you break it down, beyond the cellular level, beyond the organelle levels, those are the constituents or the organs of your cells. Beyond that, you get to your atomic levels, okay? You have molecules, right? Spinning and gyrating in every direction to create the different elements that we know exist today, to create everything we see. Those different combinations and those different circling patterns of your electrons create different types of matter, okay? This does not exclude emotions. This does not exclude these intangible feelings. So different words and thoughts emit like radio waves. You can't see it, okay, but you can't hear it. You can't like actually touch the sun rays, coming through your window, but you can feel them. They emit energy, okay? Words emit energy. Have you ever walked into a room after somebody has argued and just kind of felt weird? Have you yourself ever been in an argument and for the rest of the day you're kind of downtrodden? Words have energy behind it. I love you. That has energy behind it. I hate that fool. That has energy behind it. So the words you think can make you feel a certain way, i.e., you have glands and tissues and hormones within your body that emit liquid, different types of hormones that create feelings and environments in your body that you can feel, right? Right. Okay. So all that being said, if you want to get the love you feel you desire, you must give that love to yourself. First and foremost, you must live that love. You must be that love, and you will attract that love, okay? You cannot find in somebody else, there's no such thing as somebody else filling in a part of you. That's an imbalanced relationship. Relationships should not be like a jigsaw puzzle where there's an empty slot here and somebody else is filling in that slot, okay? They are a long-lasting, good relationship is two whole people that come together to create a whole new universe, okay? But it takes two whole people to create that whole new macrocosm, to create that whole new energy that they can synergistically go between and still be themselves. If that person leaves, that you have not lost a part of yourself and have to find something to fulfill it. You need to find that within you. So this is to the sisters first and foremost. There are no good men out there. There are no men to my level. Females are superseding males, especially in the black community, with college degrees, varying levels of success, due to all types of factors. Factors that might be beyond their control, societal factors, factors that are within most factors are within male control. Environmental factors, all types of factors are causing black males to be at a, say, lower level of success than many black females. And so black females feel as if the pool from which they have to pick one is slim to none. Okay? And what I say to you females who are having trouble finding somebody to your caliber in the black community is not to focus on it. Not to focus on it. Because there's things within you that are causing you to attract the wrong type of male. I have female friends who come to me and say, why do I always get this type of guy? And I don't want to, bash on any males. This is not about that. This is about the art of sustaining loving relationships so we can move forward as a whole in the community and have healthy relationships with one another. So why do I always attract this type of guy? Well, 9 times out of 10, you lower your bar. If you're already telling me that you feel a certain type of way because there's nobody out there, then in your brain you feel like, okay, I need to go down to this level, get one of these guys, he seems all right in these ways and I can change that. You cannot change a damn thing. You cannot change anybody. This goes in any respect. You cannot change somebody unless they're willing to be changed. You cannot have a brother come in, you're vegan, right? Say you're vegan, he eats meat, and you're all spiritual, and he's not, but he there's other aspects to him that you love, and you say, okay, I can change him, and he's not willing to change. That's going to create conflict. You have to be able and willing to accept somebody the way they are. This goes for males too. You have to be able and willing to accept people the way they are. And then you guys can either grow together or not. If you guys grow in separate directions, then it won't meant to be. Another thing that can really help is knowing yourself. Knowing yourself in the essence that you know your purpose, okay? You know your own purpose here. You know what you're here to do. You're living, you're making. You don't have any distractions as far as what you're here to do. And then you can find that you'll see flaws in yourself that cause you to think in certain types of ways, and you can fix those. There's nothing wrong with dating. Go try some people out, see if your energies vibe. But if you are constantly in a situation where you get to a certain point in a relationship and it's the same type of person you're attracting, you need to start looking at yourself and questioning not what's wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with you, but what am I emitting that is attracting this type of visual? And then change that. And then you change that. We have services that actually help with that. One of the biggest are your natal, your numerology, and karmic reports. These reports tell you pretty much how the sky was oriented. Everything in the universe, the stars, the planets, and things of that nature were oriented, and which way were they facing, and what orbits were they in, what angles were those orbits in, where was the sun at that time, where were the rest of the planets at that time, where were the relationships between those planets, and that energy, remember, everything has energy, those configurations have mathematical energy of resonance that you can measure, that emits down to the earth. And when you come out of your mother's womb, that energy of that time, place, day, wherever you were born, if you went outside and looked at the sky and took a picture of it, all of the resonant energy in the universe sets a kind of path of what you'd be good at, what types of things to avoid, what type of people are best for you in your environment, what type of people are best for business, what types of businesses you're good at, what is your making, what you're really good at what any point in time, things like that. It's not like your run-of-the-mill, zodiac, chart. It's really in depth, and it's kind of scary. It might scare you a little bit, but it's nothing to be scared of. You know what I'm saying? So, would you get a report like that done? I do the reports for like $15. And some people charge, numerologists may charge upwards of $100, $200, but I have this awesome software program that puts all those numbers together and those configurations from the time you were born, your name at birth, your full name, first, middle, and last name, because letters and symbols all have a resonance to them. They have a number associated with them, so they can be mathematically measured as certain resonances. So if you think of like music, music is all coded in notes, right? And each note has a different pitch, and it emits certain energy. So you hear songs, you feel a certain type of way. I'm telling you, it's all interrelated. So it's nothing scary about it. It's nothing that should be against anybody's religion. And if you feel that it is, then you should probably reassess that, because that is of nature, and anything of nature is of God. So it shouldn't be against your religion. It's something you probably are ignorant to, and ignorant is not necessarily a fighting word. It just means you don't know. But just because you don't know, you know, it shouldn't make it an excuse. You should explore that. So I do those natal and numerology reports, karma reports, different type of reports, but the main two are natal and numerology. And that can help you set a foundation of what you may not be seeing, or what you are not willing to see, and go from there in your relationships. Another thing in relationships, you got to give in order to receive, okay? You got to give what you want to get what you want. You got to give a little. Sisters, you know, we are, you know, headstrong on, you know, he don't do this for me, he don't do that for me, or he used to do this for me to get me, and now he got me, and he don't do this and do that. That may be true, but what have you done for him lately? You know, what have you done in order to reciprocate anything that he's done? What did you do in the past in order to reciprocate that? Were you more grateful then? Did you show more affection then when he did those things? Did that kind of lag off to the point where you just kind of expected it and didn't give that type of energy back? You have to take this type of things into consideration. You could start small. The biggest issue in all relationships, regardless of color, creed, whatnot, is communication. It was an issue in my marriage, communication. Me and my husband have been married for 8 years now, been together since 99, right? And so that was my high school love. He was my high school love since I was 16, right? And I'm 29. And we, you know, we got 4 children right now, and we're going on strong. We just had this conversation the other night. You know, I'm not an expert on this, but I know from experience, and I also just, you know, I know because I'm able to see the truth for what it is and admit to it. You know, that's another thing. We like to lie to ourselves. Ultimately, if you lie to another person, ultimately you're lying to yourself. So you got to be truthful and honest with yourself if you want anybody to be truthful and honest with you. Okay? You got to do that for yourself. So, communication, man, that's a big issue. Big issue. You might feel like you're communicating, but when you have thoughts going on in your head and you let those thoughts affect your actions or your feelings towards another person, you are not communicating those thoughts. So you get aggravated or frustrated at this other person because they're not doing what you feel they should be doing, but yet you don't tell them. And some women might be more docile where they don't want to be nagging. That's me. Once again, I'm to this day I still do that, and I'm working on that. And but they don't want to seem like they pushing too hard or nagging too hard. And some women don't give a damn. They just nag, don't want to stop. It's about balance. If there's something that you need and you want in your life in order to feel good, you know, from another person, then you should tell them. Now, it's a method of delivery, you know, so everybody's happy, but you should tell them. Because 9 times out of 10, that person does not realize that. Another issue in relationship is, well, you should know. You should know. Well, obviously they don't know, because you haven't been getting what you want for so damn long. So obviously they don't know. So it ain't no should or you shouldn't. If you tell them, you get it. Well, you should know. I want this and this and that for my birthday, and you ain't give me nothing. Because every time I get you something, you won't appreciate it. You know, I don't know, but, you know, stuff like that. And all of this can be cut out with mere communication. Just talk, you know. Don't feel like a certain moment or feeling of a moment is taken away because you communicated, like it's sex, for instance. If you're not feeling gratified in any sexual encounter, you should say something. But it's the way you say it. Don't make the other person feel down or awkward or bad. You should just say it, okay? And regardless of how they feel, regardless, honestly, of how they feel, you should say it. You don't have to be an asshole about it when you say it. Just, you know, say, baby, can you know, move a little this way or do it a little that way? What's wrong with the way I'm doing it? I like it better if you do it like this, you know. So, but in any event, you know what I'm saying? In any event, communication is key. Communication is key. And The more you can talk, even if you got to set a day, even if you got to set a date and a time to communicate different events going on in the household, you know, a specific time of frame. I know, you know, people are busy, they're going in and out, but that can't be an excuse if you really want your relationship to love and thrive and be happy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be happy if you are with somebody that ultimately is taking energy from you and not giving it back. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta reciprocate. There's gotta be a balance all the time in life. There's gotta be a balance in the human body in order to maintain health. There's gotta be a balance in and around the human body in order to maintain health. If you're constantly giving in any situation and you're not getting anything back, you will feel drained and you will get sick. And you will get sick of that person that you were giving all that energy to, and they're not giving anything back. So you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to communicate. Okay? Sisters, I love y'all, but I just think it's too much complaining. Now, Matt, let me put it this way. I'm a Gemini, right? And so, and then in my charts and in my signs, you know, I am able to see both sides of a situation. So some of my friends said, you tend to side with the guys more. It's not about siding with the guys more. It's just, I think as women, you know, we're naturally emotional creatures. And when I say emotional, we are able to pick up on feelings and energy quicker. We're receivers. We receive things. Men emit things. You know, they're stronger. They're more electric. We're more magnetic. We attract things, okay, to us. So we are able to feel that. I'm not saying that the men can't. Of course, we're all human. We're able to do these things. But that is a woman's forte, okay? We're able to receive things and feel things quicker than anybody, you know, having to deliver or be forefront with us. We can feel it. And so my point is that, damn, I forgot where I was going with that. And usually when I play back the video and I watch it, I remember and I'm like, damn, I never went back to the point. So, but we tend to receive things. And because of that, damn, I really forgot where I was going with that. So in any event, men and women, oh yeah, that's right. So I tend to side with the dudes more, and that's not because, you know, I feel sorry, you know, for all the complaining that be going on. It's just that I think as women, our emotions can tend to cloud our judgment if it's not balanced. We have to keep that shit in check. You know what I'm saying? We can't be all right brain. You know, right brain is your emotional center. Left brain is more your intellectual center. And we can't let that thing overtake us to the point where we can't see the truth in a situation, which is your left brain, the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, the mathematics, the science, you know what I'm saying? You know, the formula, this, that equals this. If I do this and I do that, I can get this potentially, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10. The emotion is more like I feel this way, I have to move this way, you know, and nobody needs to tell me this. I can feel it. It's, you know, it's emitting through me, and so I have to release it. We have to keep that in check. Okay, we feel it a certain way, so we transfer. You need to transfer that to your left brain and say, okay, why do I feel this way? You need to examine that. Well, why do I feel this way? Well, I feel this way because he. Okay, so why? What would make a sane person now? Of course, drugs, you know, in the form of alcohol, in the form of any type of mind-altering substance can cause this, you know, assessment to kind of go awry. So you need to be in your right mind, and he needs to be in his right mind in order to have a true assessment of all this. So, what will cause a person just stand back? You got to stand outside your situation. Let's kick on this left brain. Now, what will cause somebody to act this way? If I do this, why is he not doing that? What can I change in order to get that? And try it. And try it and see if it works. Now, if you constantly try that thing and it does not work, then he might just be an unappreciative asshole. Okay? And move on. But you must bring it to his attention. You must at least make an effort to alleviate the situation. Because like I said, 9 times out of 10, you are attracting the situation. Same thing goes for males. So that's my 11 cents on the topic matter. You know, if you have any more questions having to do with anything under the sky, science, holistic health, nutrition, relationship, vibration, atoms, molecules, biochemistry, love, wealth, abundance, natal numerology reports, karmic charts, anything you can think of, holla at me. theholisticacademy.org.